I just finished making Venom, and there were so many different creative decisions and some controversy that was stirred up over the figure that I really want to talk about, but I figured it would take way too much time to cover in the actual showcase video, so we're doing a making of video leading up instead, because this is probably a lot more efficient. So getting started with the process of making Sony's cash grab version of one of the best Spider-Man villains ever, I quickly realized after the second trailer, Venom is significantly larger than I was expecting. I figured he might be like 6'5" or like 7 feet tall, and I would just extend the arms and legs on a normal minifigure like a lot of my other customizer friends have in the past. Or maybe I would use a big fig, and then all of that was shot down when the second trailer came out and it was revealed that Venom was really tall. I mean really tall, but just really lanky as well. So I decided what I would do is take some inspiration from my buddy Dylan, the Minifigs, who made a really kick-ass Thanos out of these really weird Ninjago minifigures that LEGO put out in 2011 when the theme first began, because at the time, LEGO was really trying to rush out new product to get Ninjago going, and so they were just like making whatever, and some of that whatever included these 2¼ inch minifigures that were like attached to these keychain bases that would like make sounds when you put them on them. So basically they were just these larger minifigures that were pretty cool, just really cheaply made, but really effective and useful for characters like Venom, who just need to be a normal minifigure, just a little bit bigger, and these work so well because they're nearly twice the size of a normal minifigure, which is 1.5 inches tall, by the way. So getting the first one in the mail, I used some brute force to get that Sensei Wu hat off with the keychain, and I cut the beard off, and you're probably wondering why not just take the head off. And well, basically the biggest problem with these minifigures is that you cannot remove the head, the arms, or the legs, or anything. And so I was like, this is great, because then I realized, how am I supposed to paint over and seal the areas that are likely to tear? Basically just the areas where the minifigure moves. And so I was like, hey Dylan, I've got this fully white minifigure here, and I need to basically change the entire base color. I mean, like, I know how to paint. I've been painting minifigures for like 10 years, so I need to be able to pull the arms and legs off, and I really don't want to destroy this and then spend another $10, which ultimately is exactly what I wound up doing, because he was like, they made other characters besides Sensei Wu. They also made Cole, and he was a black ninja, so just use that. And I was like, oh, duh. So I did spend another $10. I ordered Cole, finally got him in the mail, and because like I said, because these minifigures were so low quality, straight out of the package, I looked at it and I realized the legs were really lopsided. And you'll see this more in the showcase, but Venom definitely stands at a little bit of an angle because the legs are pretty up, and there wasn't much I could do about it. Yeah, I could have heated them up and then tried to force them back in place, but I just wasn't willing to spend another $10. I was already like $20 into these weird-ass minifigures, and so I decided that I would just move forward with what I had, and that involved me taking this Cole figure, ripping out the weird accessory that he had in the hand, because they have like these larger versions of Lego pieces that are like made of rubber attached in as accessories. They're really weird, okay? And then I had to remove an entire mask, not just a beard and a hat like on Sensei Wu, but the entire mask. And so I was like, you know what? We're done. F it. I took a drill and just attacked the sides of this thing until it split in half, and I was able to pull it off and then sculpt over the head. And then after about 1 or 2 different sculpting sessions, I finally got the entire head done and complete, and I had to drill out the center of the mouth area just to make room for the teeth, because I was afraid they might protrude a little bit too much. And then I finally sculpted every single one of them, installing all of them individually, and it was a really long and drawn out tedious process, but this is where all the creative decision-making came into play, because Venom is really glossy and looks practically wet with all the symbiote in the movie, and so ultimately I decided that that was not going to work, because I always tend to go for matte paint for 2 reasons, and those reasons being matte paint is just easier to work with in general and just dries better, but then also gloss and metallic acrylic paint, when dried, they tend to pick up more dust and debris and other weird stuff that'll stick to the figure that just really gets under my skin. And so in my effort to avoid all of that crap, I decided to go with my regular matte black color as the primary paint for the entire figure, but then to paint on all of the white veins that Venom has. Then on top of that, my idea was to paint on a wide variety of various different black symbiote-esque designs using metallic black. So all of the shine and the symbiote type of look would still be present on the figure, just in a different way. And I think that this worked out really well. Where it didn't work out were the preview photos that I posted on social media, where everybody was like, hey, why is this figure so under-detailed? When in reality, it's plenty detailed. You just couldn't see all the detail because of lighting and the filters that go into the making of those photos, which are, by the way, just meant to hype everybody up to see the finished figure and the showcase, not ever actually meant to display the finished product. Because just from the very first photo that I posted of Venom, I already widened the eyes significantly. I sculpted on more of a protruding chin after I saw this photo, and a couple other things that I want to talk about regarding the mouth, or why did I not sculpt on the tongue? And dude, to be honest, look, man, like I like Venom a lot. I didn't want to do that. I think it's fine. But then also, why doesn't the mouth open and close? Like, I also just didn't need my figure to do that. There are plenty of other customizers on Instagram who have opening and closing Venom mouths if you're into that kind of thing. So, other than that, I think that pretty much covers the vast majority of what I wanted to discuss here. And if you stuck around this far, thank you, by the way. You can probably understand why I decided that I would talk about it here instead of throughout the entire showcase video where I'm just trying to show the figure. But anyway, guys, I'm going to be adding some really cool new merch to the store featuring Venom and Spider-Man, so that'll be pretty cool. And if you do want to keep up with all future projects that I'm going to be working on, of course, I post all my progress first over on Patreon, and then all the really cool preview photos, which again are still not the finished product, go up over on my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those places that are linked below before the final showcase. And oh my god, what a process. But yeah, man, thanks for sticking around. The showcase will be up in a couple days, hopefully, so look forward to that, and I'll see you then. All right, bye-bye.